Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mafia remake, and let's continue from where we left off and let's do the next chapter, Ordinary Routine.
Oh, Vinny said to say he's got something for you, Tom. Head to him first. Probably just wants to tell you some bullshit story about some guy he whacked 20 years ago.
Okay, let's go talk to Vincenzo.
Hey, just the guy. I saw this, and I thought of you. You ever carried a rat?
Shot him at
That's
the
a
fair
snub
couple of
nose.
times.
Right. That don't count. Pointed at the target over there. Good posture, real mean. Now, click, bang. Brain all off the walls. Okay? Now show me a reload. I open the chamber and away you go. Alright. Last thing. Needs to be hidden. Stick it in your belt. Good to go. And when shooting starts, get behind something. And don't shit yourself.
Thanks, Vincenzo. I appreciate it.
Hey, the Frank and the boss, Vincenzo. To you. It's Vinny.
Okay, let's go talk to Ralph for some wheels.
Look, you guys need to be careful today, okay? I spoke to Biff. He said Morello's still bent since he lost the cars.
What's losing some motors to him? He's got at least 5 garages this side of town. He's not wrong, Paulie. You guys know it like I know. It's always the same.
You know how to get into one of these, Tommy?
Elbow goes through. Reach inside. Easy.
And an afternoon to fix the window back up. Watch. And... learn.
You're a regular magician, Ralphie.
Come on, Tommy. You know, it takes time to pick lock. Have a good day, fellas.
So it looks like they don't have the pick-locking minigame from Mafia 2 that's not in here.
First we got Al. He runs a bakery on Longman Street. You know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Al's late again? Seems so. That's too bad.
Hope I don't get a copyright claim for music that's over almost 100 years old. Man, this city is just beautiful. I'm still impressed that they decided to do a remake on this game. I never thought this game would get a remake.
Okay, this is it. Watch what we do today, Tom. When it goes smooth, it's a breeze. When they put up a fight, sometimes you gotta think on your feet.
Sure.
Just follow my lead.
This is basically a protection racket scheme, and mafias don't do this really much anymore, but back in the day this was very common. They would go to a store and they would basically threaten them into protection money. And protection money is basically, they would tell them that we're going to protect your store, and in exchange we want you to pay us.
Ha! Not so little now. She's turning into a pain in the ass, just like her grandma.
That's good to hear, Al. Real good. Now, you got any trouble around here? Any punks causing problems?
No, no. Nothing like that.
Good. So you got the money?
I got it waiting in the back room.
Tommy will get it. You stay here where we...
Grand Imperial Bank. Dear Mr. Bertorelli, this letter is notification that you are in default of your obligation to make payments on your agreed loan. The amount has been overdue since July 15, 1930. You have ignored requests to pay this debt. Unless the full amount is received within 2 weeks, I will have no choice but to instruct this bank to begin the foreclosure process on your home and business. Please act accordingly. Christopher Marcino, Manager, Grand Imperial Bank. So, this protection rackets scheme, this you had no choice. So if the mafia like came into your store and basically said, you know, we're gonna protect your store, you couldn't really say no. You had to. And sometimes the mafia would leave people there to protect your store, but oftentimes they wouldn't. It was just basically a show. They were saying, oh, you're officially under our protection, but you wouldn't even really get any protection.
Been a little slow this month, Sam. I was worried I wouldn't have enough.
Al, I know you'd never hold out on us, but it's good you worry. I mean, how can we protect you and little Julia?
Where's the money?
Peron, feccia! Voi ci succhiate il sangue!
It's on the table, brown envelope.
Via di qui! Lasciateci in pace!
I wonder what she's saying. What's this? Okay, cigarette cards.
I got it.
See you next month, Al. Let us know if you need anything. Anything at all.
Sure will, Sam. Sure will.
And give our best to your mom, huh?
So he's probably going to end up losing his business because he's getting foreclosed on by the bank, and he can't pay his loans because of the protection money that he has to pay.
Okay, next up we got old Eugene's place. China store up on Tallow.
He's not dead yet?
Almost. Heard his nephew's taking over.
But the reason the mafia doesn't really do much protection rackets
Guy used to run this
today
next
is...
place, Tom. His name's not Eugene. Guy's a Chinaman. But it sounds like Eugene. Well, that's what we called him. Paulie slammed his head into the counter back in, what, 27, I think? Yeah, it was hilarious. After that, no problems at all. If you look, you can still see the blood. Poor old bastard couldn't scrub it out.
So the reason the mafia doesn't really do much protection rackets today anymore is because it's
Chinatown gangs there in our city, not theirs. But we don't know Eugene's nephew, so he might need reminded too.
it's the age of technology, and with technology, it's a lot easier to also enforce and stop crime. And on top of that, there's not as much police corruption. I mean, police corruption still exists, but there wasn't as much as in this time period. In this time period, like the police oftentimes knew what stores were under this protection racket scheme, but they oftentimes didn't do anything because the police chiefs were oftentimes in the pocket of the mafias. But also another reason is that today, a lot of stores today are corporate. Like back then, every single store was pretty much like family owned. Like today, a lot more stores are corporate, and because of that, their protection racket scheme doesn't really work. And there's actually a really good scene in The Sopranos. It's a TV show in which they actually try to do this this same scheme, and it doesn't work anymore.
I'll cover this one, Sam. You sure? Sure, I'm sure.
Wait for
He's
Paulie.
doing the store on his own?
Yeah, when Paulie's built up a little steam, he needs to let it out on his own. Just gotta let him get on with it. It's his way. You can hear it in his voice. Gotta let him lone wolf from time to time. Keeps him happy.
Some days, I think I just head out west and keep the papers.
Okay, something's going on in there.
Yeah, Eugene's nephew ain't having much fun right now. When he's going, Paulie don't stop. Once we were putting a squeeze on this tailor over in Holbrook. Guy ended up in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it looks like Paulie's probably hurting him.
Here he comes.
He's a fast worker. Drive before the cops show, Tom. Next stop's Bill at the motel. Eugene's nephew's guy's money is ours next week, with some extra besides. He's doing okay? He's okay.
How's the shop counter?
Yeah, that's seen some more blood. How much blood? And nothing he can't scrub out. Once he's back on his feet.
But as you can see, these stores are under their
Welcome out
protection
with us
racket
again,
scheme,
Tom.
and they don't even have guards protecting
You'll hear
them.
even more
They're supposed to
about
be given
Chinese
protection.
nephew guys scrubbing their own blood out of shop counters.
Yeah, seems like it's not too hard.
Not hard. Kinda not hard.
I don't know. Comes natural to you guys. Don't see why it can't come natural to me.
So anyone could do this. Me and Paulie, we've been working these streets for years. You come in and you think you know it all.
I'm not saying that, Sam.
You've been a day on the job, pal. You haven't seen what we do. You haven't seen how we do it. Sam, I think you oughta... No, Paulie. This punk thinks he can walk in here like a big shot. I put greasers like him in the ground. I think you gotta say you're sorry, Tom.
Sorry, huh? Well, I'd say sorry if I couldn't see the bullshit smile you're trying to hide.
You got him, though, Sam! You got him! I could smell the crap in your pants from here.
Nah, you didn't get me.
When little Tony first came out with us, I had him on his knees before he knew I was yanking his chain. Yeah, you did better than him anyways.
Yeah, this game is so beautiful.
Jesus, I hate it out of the city. You hate it most places. Yeah, but out here it's worse.
How come there's a place so far out of town on our books?
Out of town's the safest place for deals. The safest place for card games. The safest place for most of the things we do. We're expecting a big bag of money today. The guy owes. If it ain't big, boss will be pissed. Yeah, this place is a real earner. Oftentimes the places that get you the most dough are the ones most people don't look at twice. Just recently the motel's had a new lease of life. Last stop before Lost Heaven for rum coming up from Cuba.
They drive it this far?
Sure they do. And that's how we can sell it so expensive. Bill's Motel has gotten to be the place where crates get exchanged. Salieri protects it, but he lets the other families use it too.
Even Morello?
To keep the peace? Sure. Plus it's far enough away that no one cares. So long as everyone's making money, no one's gonna rock the boat.
When they're talking about the crates, they're talking about alcohol
Anyone
because
else starting to miss
the
the side
Mafia...
of the streets and sidewalks?
You not one for the great outdoors, Paulie?
He's not one for anything. Indoors, outdoors, in the city, out of the city. I hate it out here. Like when we sit in the field doing some booze handover or something. It's always knee-deep in shit, and most times it's dark and cold as hell. That's why it's good we got you now, Tom. You can do all the jobs that Paulie hates.
Happy to oblige.
Okay, there it is. Finally.
In this time period, like I said, alcohol,
Hey,
that would have been
Ralphie, I
bad.
said. Tom sure can drive. Wait for us here, Tom. We'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
So they were apparently using this motel as a front for protection money and also to smuggle alcohol. No smoking, and he's still smoking. He doesn't care.
Tom! Tom, I took one. Jesus Christ, Paulie!
Tell Salieri from here on out this place is ours. Capiche? And don't come back, or you'll end up in worse shape than your friends.
Get Sam. They're trying to beat information out of him. I gotta get you to a doctor. I can wait. Get Sam out of there. Okay, just hang on.
Okay, we are heavily outnumbered here. We don't want to get detected.
Who wrecked the motors? Give me a name. Next time I'll tell him. I'll tell him I had enough of this bullshit.
Herbert Hoover was the president at this time. He was also responsible for the creation of the Hoover Dam in Nevada. Hoover was a very popular president early on in his presidency, but then when the Great Depression, took full swing, as it's, in this time period as the Great Depression is going on, the economy is really bad. Hoover became really unpopular around this time. So as the economic conditions got worse, Hoover became one of the most unpopular U.S. presidents. He's referenced a lot in the newspapers, and the characters just mentioned him. Okay. We got a gangster in the toilet. Okay, we got him. Let's keep using the baseball bat then. Save some bullets. Because we're playing on classic difficulty. If we reload a magazine, we lose everything that was in there before.
Why didn't we just rub them all out?
Robert Gilotti for City Council. A trusted figure in Lost Haven, owner of boatyards and industry. Employer to thousands, friend of the city. Dutiful father and husband.
Oh yeah. This don't feel like a war to you?
I got a bad feeling that I'm really close to some of them. Yeah, it was probably good. Okay, we're definitely not gonna be able to do stealth here.
Over here! So much better than guns.
Whoa, whoa. What the?
Trouble now, tough guy.
Oh.
Sam. They really went to work on you, buddy.
Christ.
Come on. You'll be all right. You're tough as nails.
Oh, I remember this part in the original.
Money, Tom.
You gotta chase this guy.
Catch the bastard!
Where is Sam?
He's okay. Inside.
Then go get the money.
Catch the thug and get the money. L1 to shoot while driving. Okay. There's more? Oh, damn. Oh, I messed up.
Get a better shot. Go. I'm on it.
Where are they going with that money? Okay, got one guy left. Where is he going? Nearly got him. Oh man, I hit X to ram and he instead rammed the truck. Yeah, I shouldn't have hit that button. I shouldn't have hit X. I should have just kept shooting.
That was when I saw the cost. What it meant to be on the inside. I should have took off there and then. But I couldn't go back to being a nobody.
Well, that concludes this part, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next one.